say Osage, or how do you guys say it?
This one?
Do you say Osage?
Yeah, Osage orange.
Osage orange. That was what I won that walk you had at
Right.
at your when we were at your shop.
This came from Oklahoma. It
Okay.
grew there.
And it was, even though you had it covered with latex and everything, it was still pretty cracked up. So I
Right.
cut it in 3 pieces, the log, and tried to find what I could to get away from as many cracks as I could without having to use any resins or anything. And I just wanted to see, but you know, when you showed me your wire burners at the shop and said this is Osage orange, and they were as black as
They're brown.
as dark walnut, I said, well, and when Eric was over, I said, he said this is Osage orange, but it's lemon yellow when I cut it. Well, then even within a week, the piece that was setting there started turning brown. But that one hasn't changed much. I just wanted, I could have tried to do a little more thinning out the walls, but
Nice job. I like it. I like the contrast of colors.
I'm waiting for it to turn
Mulberry
brown.
got the 2 apples.
The apples, around the corner from my shop, there was an apple tree that's been dead for years, and that was just rotted apple. And it was so rotted, you could just about squeeze the water out of it. So I force dried it, and don't worry about the leaves, those were just stuck on to see if I could, I'm gonna do them out of brass, or copper. Jim's, I can get some at the hobby store. I use just apple leaves just to put them on for now. But my son was home, and so we just played a little bit. We threw it in the stabilizer and stabilized the wood first, then threw it in resin.
And so they shine because it's so hard from the resin.
Oh, that's CA glue on there.
Uh-huh.
The finish is CA.
It's still really hard though after it's
Oh,
impregnated.
yeah, once it's, yeah, the wood is, yeah.
It sounds like billiard balls when you clack them together. They're just really hard when you...
Yeah.
You name it, plum, all of those fruit woods are very hard, fairly hard, you know, apple.
If they're not rotted.
Right. If you turn green apple or any, this is any fruit wood, if you turn green apple and you dry it out in a paper bag or whatever method of drying out your piece after you've turned it, it's going to crack. The only successful way to turn fruit wood is standing dead. If you find a dead apple tree that's standing dead and you cut it, it'll work. But if you cut green apple and dry it in the log, it's going to split. It's going to split. So the only successful I've had with turning fruit woods is standing dead.
Just saying it's a piece of walnut, and you know it's a grain one. It was a walnut log, and I started it and hollowed it a little bit and left it, and it started to crack. And so I just took it, this is last winter, and set it on the heat register on the floor.
Let her go.
And I don't have a meter or anything like that, but and the cracks went from tiny little hairline cracks, they opened up a bit, you can see on there. But I always say, if you've got problem area maybe or something to accentuate the problems, and I found I just had a sale on the club there last week, and people gravitate towards things that like copper or whatever filling. I like to use.
Is that what your filler was, copper?
Yeah, I just had some copper filings that I saved.
Mixed them with glue?
And once I knew I could put that in and watch it and it didn't move, and it's okay.
Did you fill the cracks and stuff?
Oh yeah, so I filled all those cracks. You look at them, they're not, they don't shine.
So how did you fill the cracks with copper? You had copper filings and you mixed them with epoxy or
Mixed
what?
with CA.
With CA.
So you could, you know,
You could sprinkle them in the crack and then flood it with glue.
the company that would get the CA, I think everybody goes to
Star Bond or whatever.
Starbond, and they've come out with that thick stuff. It costs about $30 for
Right.
it, but it's perfect for that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I had 50 some pieces there, and everybody gravitated towards the unusual and things like that, and it makes a difference.
And the top is
It's not a lot of work. I mean,
It's a copper feather soldered to a copper hammered lid,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that, I mean, how hard is
Really,
that?
really nice,
Yeah,
nice look.
Yeah, I like doing it, so that's just, like I say, instead of worrying about the cracks, accentuate it, put something in there that's eye-catching, and and you'll sell more of those than the perfect one, I think, sometimes.
I was doing a bowl, 14-inch bowl, and there were some hairline cracks, and it exploded on me, half of it on the floor, half on the lathe. And my wife asked me what I was gonna do. I said, I'm gonna burn the damn thing. She said, no, don't do that. So she suggested that. And it's not perfect because you can feel where it comes together. The reason I brought it was as a lesson not to throw things away, period.